Hi everyone, great to see you and thanks for tuning in to another video. Today I'm at probably my favourite beach in the entire world because I just love coming here. I feel great when I come here. I just feel relaxed when I come here, and you never know what you're going to get though. And today there's loads of seaweed. It's really thick with seaweed, so it's covered over a lot of the incredibly beautiful rounded off boulders. Now these boulders were rounded off by the sea, obviously by erosion, but a long time ago. I came here yesterday and I took two of my best ever pictures of this place. 9 out of 10 I gave them, so you can see those later on in this video. So if you look at the at this cliff I'm pointing to, you can see a lot of the rounded boulders are actually in that cliff from 120,000 years ago when the sea levels were much higher than they are now. So the boulders you now see on the beach actually came out of that cliff, and these boulders that you can see in the cliff are waiting to join them. So that's quite a nice grouping of boulders there. Liking that. And if I zoom out, I don't really like this boulder coming in on the right hand side. So I think if I try and recompose. So now I've got these 3 or 4 boulders here in the bottom third of the frame, and I've got the little puddle in the top left with the 2 bluish pebbles in a puddle. I like that. I'm just gonna, yeah, there's a nice rounded boulder there. If I put that in the extreme corner, I think this will work pretty well because it will lead up the eye up to that top left corner of the image. So I'm going to take some time framing this up now before the sun comes back out, hopefully. It better do, because the tide's coming in fast now, so I'm running short of time. Wish me luck. This place is also known as Cot Valley. It's also got the name of Dinosaur Egg Beach for obvious reasons. So I came down here yesterday, not even to take photographs. I just came down to do some video clips for a forthcoming video of mine, which is not going to have me vlogging, not talking. It's just going to be my music, which is a track I've written recently called Nanven. For obvious reasons, I'm filming it down at Nanven. I've been coming to this beach for nearly 30 years now. And I thought it'd be a good idea to have my Nanven music, which is quite relaxing kind of guitar and piano music, put to my best images of those 30 years. But I thought, well, you can't just have stills photographs all the way through a video. So I came down to do some clips as well. So I'm glad I bought a decent camera, because yesterday when I came down I got it completely and utterly soaked, but I don't really care because I got 2 of the best images I've ever taken at this place. And part of the reason I came down yesterday was because it was such a stormy day with rain predicted, and I realised by looking through my old images of this place I didn't have anything stormy at all, nothing on a kind of really windy kind of day. So I came down yesterday deliberately to do clips of that, but I was quite astounded by how good the 2 images I took are. So I look forward to showing you those later on in this video. the mistake I made yesterday when I came down, it was I was using my 100 to 400mm lens, and one of my 9 out of 10 images, it could have been a 9.5, but my shutter speeds were too slow. And when you're using a 10-stop ND filter to slow the water down, if you overdo it, the water looks more like mist than water. And a bit like when you do waterfall pictures and the water looks more like milk. I think you've got to try and avoid the milk, and you've got to avoid the mist. So avoid the two M's. But I still love the picture I took yesterday. So I'm trying now not to let my exposure get too long. So it's quite bright sunlight. I don't really want longer than 3 seconds, otherwise I'm just going to get that misty kind of look. I'd rather have I'd rather it was a bit more obvious that it was water. Not mist, not milk. Just focused in on some rocks with my 100 to 400mm lens. I've taken some shots with a 10-stop ND filter and some with a 4-stop ND filter. So I've had 3 different shutter speeds. 2 seconds, which was too slow, it's just the water turns into mist. 1/3 of a second, which is pretty good, I'll show you that in a minute. And then also a 1/10 of a second with the 4-stop ND filter on rather than the 10-stop. Now, I haven't got a cable release for this camera, and you don't want to be touching the camera really when you're firing at such a long shutter speed with such a long lens, because you're just going to get camera shake. So I've been using the remote shooting app on this Sony camera. I've been using the Sony remote shooting app on this phone, which is great. You can just press the button whenever you look to see if a wave's coming. Just press the button. Really nice and easy. I don't think it's a great shot, but at least it's experimenting, and hopefully will show you the difference between the shutter speeds. I'm really open to challenges. Have you got a challenge for me? Within reason, obviously, and obviously to do with photography. Don't ask me to go rock climbing or anything like that. So think of a challenge you'd like me to do. I've already done one on sticking to 14mm focal length for a whole day. Try and think of something like that for me, and I'll see if I can go along with one of your suggestions. Well, I wrapped up nice and warm, ready for the sunset. Got out of the car, walked all the way down to the beach, and got completely soaked. So it's still tipping down now. So I am going to wait in the car until this passes, hopefully, because the light is looking really good, but I just don't want to get completely soaked and don't want to soak my camera yet again after yesterday.